each and every one of them is individual and different, you know. If we think about the meaning of that, what it says about God's intelligence, you know, just in one tree we can find a whole universe of meaning, you know, in one blade of grass, you know, in one drop of water. If you use a microscope, you can find a whole world in there. And it's all full of meaning for those little creatures that inhabit it. You know? And what about our world? What about our human world? What is the real meaning of this? When we start to learn this God-conscious philosophy, then we start to really appreciate the meaning and value of human life. This human life is so valuable that even the demigods want to take birth as human beings so that they can perform this process of devotional service and get liberation. There's so much enjoyment and so much sense gratification in the heavenly planets that they don't have time, they can't perform the process. Just like there's so much suffering in the hellish planets, they can't do it. But here on earth, there's not too much enjoyment and there's not too much suffering. It's kind of in the middle. So we have the facility, we have the intelligence, we have the knowledge in the Vedic scriptures, and we have the opportunity if we decide to do it. The only thing that's standing between us and pure devotional service is our own foolish attachments to material things. All those things are going to go away sooner or later. So why not put them away now and clear the decks for real devotional service? Because this is the meaning of human life. See, this gives life meaning. Whereas if you hear from the rascal scientists and the demons and politicians and people like that, they take meaning out of life. They make life meaningless, valueless. See? So if your life has no meaning, if your life has no value, then you're going to more easily surrender to being exploited by corporations and governments and war and politics and all of this other nonsense. But we don't accept that. We say, no, life is more meaningful than that. Life is more valuable than that. I'm not going to waste my life like prostituting my intelligence to some corporation. I'm going to use my life to serve Kṛṣṇa. I'm going to engage my intelligence in planning out and figuring out how to spread this Vedic knowledge all over the world. I'm not going to waste my time here. You know, just paying some bank manager's salary with my mortgage payments. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. Why don't I instead benefit thousands of people by sharing this knowledge? You see? The meaning is greater, the benefit is so much greater. And anybody can do this. That's the thing that always blows my mind. This is not rocket science. Anybody can read Bhagavad-gītā and just repeat the same philosophy and teach it. But why few people do? Because they haven't realized it. They have allowed the impersonalists and the religionists and the politicians and the other people who want to exploit us to suck the meaning out of Bhagavad-gītā by misinterpreting it as some kind of mundane scripture. I mean, you know, for example, Mohandas Gandhi was supposedly a very spiritual person. But he is one time quoted as saying that, "I don't believe that any historical person such as Kṛṣṇa ever existed." Well, if he really thought that, then why did he bother to write a commentary on the Bhagavad-gītā? Because if Kṛṣṇa didn't really exist, that means that Bhagavad-gītā is just fiction. It's just mythology. It's a lie. So he's writing a commentary on a lie? Why? Because he's not really a holy man. He's a politician. See? And he's just using Bhagavad-gītā because he's trying to put his own thoughts in the vehicle of Krishna's good name and good instructions. So this is hypocrisy. See? We're very much against hypocrisy. We're very much against people who say one thing and do something else. or who say something today and then they change it to all around tomorrow. We're not like that. We try to be like Kṛṣṇa, steady and dependable, consistent, committed, dedicated, truthful. These are our values. So people who share those values are also going to be attracted to this science of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. And when those people get together and they start to cooperate together and pool their resources, then a tremendous amount of good can be done in this world. By making life more meaningful. This Vedic civilization has so much meaning, so much deep meaning. I keep saying, for example, you can just take 2 or 3 words out of Gita or any scripture, any Vedic scripture, and you start going into the meaning of those words, and you can just go deeper and deeper and deeper and then find all truth reflected in those few words. Those are Krishna's words. And those words have that characteristic that the whole reality, the whole meaning of life and everything is reflected in them. You find the universe in a blade of grass. If you know how to see, if you know how to find meaning. And this is the job of the artist, this is the job of the visionary. See, this is the job of the poet, the writer, the teacher, is to bring all these things out, to share this increased meaning, this enhanced meaning of life. See, and to teach the students how to find that meaning also. Not that you should just listen to me and parrot, what I'm saying. No, but you should engage your own intelligence to come to the same insights independently. That's what we want. We want to teach people not just a rote catechism of some kind of knowledge, but we want to train people to use their own intelligence to find that same knowledge by contemplation, by meditation, by observation. Especially self-observation and observation of consciousness and the soul. This is our real purpose. That's why we're doing all this. That's why we keep, pounding everybody over the head with the dictionary. Learn what words mean. These words are meaningful. They're not meaningless. We want to add meaning to our existence. Not only any old meaning, but the real meaning, the original meaning, the transcendental meaning of existence. And then all our lives become so much more valuable, so much more enjoyable, so much more profound. See? And this is the real purpose of human life. So, everybody's nodding. Are there any other questions? No? Pete?
I have a two-part question in the context of Govardhan Hill.
Uh-huh.
Am I? Is it on? Oh, no. Can you hear it? Okay,
no. Okay, I have a two-part question in the context of Govardhan Hill. And the first one was with Indra. So when people do sacrifices to demigods such as Indra, how does Indra benefit from this? Is he getting some pleasure from this, some sense gratification from the sacrifice?
He's getting punya.
I don't understand. I don't know what that is.
He's getting good karma.
So when people do sacrifices to the demigods, they get
helps them remain demigods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how you become a demigod, is by accumulating good karma.
Okay.
And then the way you stay a demigod is by continuing to collect good karma.
So this is why Indra got so angry when just a small village of cowherd men changed their worship.
That's right, yeah. He felt that he was being deprived of his rightful share of their work and their sacrificial performances.
Punya?
Yeah, punya means good karma.
Okay.
The results of sacrifice.
So this kind of freaked him out when the worship got changed, because he was used to getting that
every year.
Punya every year.
Yeah.
So he was expecting
Just like, if you don't pay your taxes one year, the government might audit you or something like that.
Okay. And that was it. That was it.
Okay. That's it? No more questions? Pass me the drum. Good. Thank you. Take the harmonium. Who? Okay, what's this question? Bueno? Bueno?